Hey guys, what is up, and I welcome each and every one of you to a new League of Legends video. So today is going to be an exciting day because, well, a new roadmap is finally out, the 2020 September roadmap. Again, these come out every, there's like two a year, maybe three a year that come out. So whenever one releases, it's very exciting stuff. So let's get into it. There's a bunch of new information on the new champions coming out, far ahead as well, new visual gameplay updates, Poland. There's a lot of stuff to go over, guys. If you're excited, of course, don't forget to hit that like button. But let's just jump right into it. Let's get this party started. I'm excited. I haven't read it yet. I want to read it with you guys together the first time. So let's go. So Samira made her stylish debut and wants me to take a minute to talk about some of our upcoming plans for new champions and VGUs. In the beginning of the year, we said we want to bring more champions from League's lore to Summoner's Rift. Creating champions like this helps make the world of Runeterra feel more alive and allows us to tell really compelling stories around the new champions. We recently did this with Yone, as we brought him out of the pages of Yasuo's story and into battle alongside and against him during the Spirit Blossom events. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and skip through this really quickly. Players seem to really enjoy the extra depth Yone's release added to Yasuo's character as well, especially in Kin of the Stained Blade. So that's pretty cool. Okay, I mean, obviously, Riot, we love when you do this stuff. It's great stuff. Anyways. Because the reception for Yone and Senna have been so positive, we're going to bring another character players have been longing for to the Rift next year. Oh, another strategy we discussed in our previous champion roadmap, which was this one, was our renewed focus on releasing more new champions. So new champions as opposed to like reworks, because I think the year before that or early this year, they did a lot of reworks, like visual gameplay updates. Now they want to focus a little bit more on new champions because they think that they pretty much did more or less what they needed to for the reworks already, except for a couple. Anyways, so far in 2020, we've released a top laner of Set, a jungler Lilia, a melee mid laner Yone, I love Yone, and an AD carry Samira, who is completely broken. I gotta sneeze very soon, guys. Excuse me, it's coming up. This leaves us with a mid lane Mage and support. Holy, I thought it was coming, but it didn't. Anyways, to round out the year, which I'm happy to say we're on track for. Wait, we're getting two new champions? This leaves us with a mid lane Mage and a support to round out the year. Wait, so we're getting two new champions by the time 2020 finishes. What? There's only like a few months left, but we're getting two champions. One of which is going to be Seraphine, of course, which I think will be the support that they're listing here. And apparently we're also getting a Mage. That's exciting stuff. I mean, as much as I love assassins, I do love a good Mage. Also, just because we're focusing on new champions doesn't mean we've forgotten about VGUs. Mundo's update is in full swing right now, as is early work on another unannounced champion update. With that, let's jump into the Mage and support that'll round out our champions for 2020, as well as an update on Mundo's VGU and a little sneak peek on the first champion to set sail in 2021. Set sail, so it'll be some kind of piratey champion. That's exciting. All right, let's go. I don't know about you, but all of you have become a fan of so many champions over the years. Have any of you become so charmed by a champion that you hang posters on your walls, play their theme on repeat, and lock them in every game you possibly can? Regardless of your current level of fandom, when Piltover and Zaun's new rising star finally hits the promenade, she might convert you into an instant mega fan. I hope you're all ready. Okay, this is not even a, come on, man. This is not even a teaser. It's just, this is obviously Seraphine. I mean, okay, that's Seraphine. Okay, this is Seraphine. I mean, it's just obvious. Let's be honest. Come on. It's just too obvious. Anyways, all that being said and done, moving on to the next one. So this is a teaser for Seraphine, probably the next champion coming out. Obvious, everyone knew that. Moving along. Wanted, must be alive for reward. Attention, the Empire will pay greatly for the capture and detainment of this runaway criminal. The fugitive is extremely dangerous, so approach with caution. They are heavily armored and will attack if even slightly provoked. That sounds like a Yordle type, kind of Kled-ish kind of creature. Wear light armor, as reports show warbands have been killed with heavy gear, twisted and shattered, littering the ground around them. The criminal's been known to mount a quick retreat when cornered, so bringing a highly trained team is recommended. If you somehow manage to detain this criminal, please bring them directly to the closest Empire building marked with a black rose. Now, there was some teasers recently with the black rose. I think when they released Samira and the Psyop skins, I think one of the logos that they had in relation to those skins was a black rose. So there's some kind of weird teaser there. Now, I'm assuming this is going to be the new Mage, if I had to guess. We'll continue reading on forward, but if I had to guess, this makes sense to be the new Mage because they say that the last champions coming out this year are going to be the supports and the Mage right here, right? We already know the support is going to be Seraphine. Most likely, I think she's a support. Which seems to be very much this little teaser right here. And this one, even though it describes a champion that seems very similar in nature to Kled, like a very kind of reckless, aggressive, sort of chaotic champion like Kled, I think this is going to be the Mage, which is interesting actually, because you're taking a Kled personality and putting them as a Mage, which will be a really cool dynamic. Anyways, moving along. Twisted Obsession. What would you do for love? Would you go to the end of the world, or ends of the world? Would you give up everything you have? Would you go to the brink of life and death? If you are willing to do anything, you may just find yourself falling for a romantic new jungle skirmisher who will be twisting hearts and possessing minds early next year. Now that's interesting. I think one of the leaks we did talk about a while ago, honestly, at this point, but I think there was a leak we talked about that was supposed to be a champion that does possess minds, that literally takes control of them or takes their ability. Well, that's Silas, but I remember talking about, I mean, maybe someone in the comments can, help me remember. It's been a while. I think we did talk about a leak of a champion that's supposed to be a jungler. I think it was actually a jungler that's supposed to somehow, like, literally control them or something for a few seconds or something like that. I remember talking about something like that. That's pretty interesting, though. So, based on this teaser, a romantic new jungle skirmisher who will be twisting hearts and possessing minds. So, it seems like some kind of Evelyn, but more so somehow, because Evelyn's already that kind of, charm, sort of like seductive, what's her face? I forgot the name of those people. The warlocks always summon, I forgot the name. Anyway, but it seems like this is going to be that, just a lot more so, if that makes sense, which is pretty cool. So you can literally like possess people, it seems like, which is going to be pretty ridiculous, honestly. Anyways, moving along. I Need a Doctor. We made a lot of progress on Mundo's visual gameplay update since the last time we shared an update, which we covered his early ideation phase. At the time, most of what we shared was exploratory, but we did know 3 things we wanted to know or do from his update. We wanted to make big upgrades to Mundo's visual theme, and not only to make him look better, but to better fit in with how League's visual style has evolved, which, by the way, damn, that looks good. I'm not gonna lie, this Mundo looks pretty chad. I'm just saying. It looks pretty chad. Anyways, we want to make a significant gameplay improvement to Mundo's kit while maintaining, make this a little bit bigger, maintaining his super tank regeneration and the ability to chuck cleavers. And we want to keep Mundo a very simple champion. After the post went out, we read a lot of your feedback about what was or wasn't exciting from our early exploration. We saw a lot of people wanted to keep us to keep Mundo rather, as a fun and comical champion, so that's definitely something we plan on keeping. We really want Mundo to embody a kind of dark, comical theme that we feel would be very unique to League's roster of champions. A dark, comical, that's pretty cool. So that's kind of like like Joker from DC or Batman. That's like a dark comical theme. In case you're not, I think that's what it is. In case you're not aware. Anyway, on the gameplay side, we tried a lot of different things, but the one that really stuck was pushing further on the feeling that Mundo goes wherever he pleases. I agree. We've decided to move forward with making Mundo an extremely difficult champion to lock down. I mean, he already kind of is. The direction requires us to give him meaningful trade-offs, having CC immunity. I mean, he already has CC reduction, but I guess in this case, he'll have literal CC immunity in any form as a powerful tool. But okay, that's all our fault, sure. So Mundo will remain a champion with no hard CC or mobility in his kits. Overall, we're going to keep Mundo's gameplay pretty similar. There will, of course, be tweaks and changes to many of his abilities to add more skill expression, satisfaction, counterplay, but he'll still feel like the same old Mundo that we've grown to love. I mean, okay, it just sounds like the same Mundo with an Olaf ultimate so far, but we'll see. We'll dive much deeper into our progress on Mundo in his next dev blog, which you can expect sometime next year. In the meantime, I'll leave you with his latest concept art, which, by the way, looks amazing. Until next time, one last thing before we go. Oh, this is exciting, I think. Earlier we said we were going to hold another poll where you'd get to vote for League's next visual gameplay update. We ran into some problems getting the poll up and running on the How? How do you? Okay, whatever. And we had to get started on the next VGU before we were able to fix them. The champion we chose wasn't on the previous voting poll, but I think it's one that many players will be excited about when we announce it, which we hope to do in the next roadmap. We're still planning on doing another VGU poll, which will happen next year, and be for the following champion update. With that, I hope you're all excited as I am for some of the up-and-coming champions. We'll get back at this. We'll be back at the start of next year to share our plans for 2021. In the meantime, see you all in the rift. So there you guys have it. Some pretty exciting stuff. A lot of cool stuff coming out. Again, to quickly reiterate, we have, of course, a new champion coming out that's going to be some kind of piratey champion. We have, of course, Seraphine. We have a new kind of, I'm assuming, reckless, sort of maybe Yorlish mage coming out. maybe not Yordle, I'm not really sure, but a Mage, of course, coming out, which is exciting. We have a new jungler coming out that's supposed to literally take over a champion's mind, which is completely broken sounding, but we'll see, of course. And of course, we have Mundo's updates as well. Either way, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys for the next video. Let me know down below, of course, what you think about all this. Until then, thanks for watching, guys. Peace.